Hey guys, my name is Malcolm. Welcome to Muscle Memory. Today we're talking to an NWA superstar, former WWE superstar. He's going to be an NWA Samhain, and he's challenging for the NWA World Tag Team Championships. This is Mike Knox. How are you, man?
Baby, I'm doing great, man. Doing great. It's good to be here.
That's good. That's good. I mean, like it's a big pay-per-view coming up on the 28th. It's going to be on Fight Television. What's like your thoughts going into like this big match? You're challenging for the World Tag Team Championships.
It's gonna be the culmination of a long trip. Me and Trevor, he can't read a watch. He don't know how to get anywhere on time, apparently.
Apparently.
In the in the ring, he's right where I need him to be, and that's we bonded pretty quick after our first little feud.
Yeah.
And I think that it's about time. I think we're gonna take those titles and we're gonna run with them for a long time. A
Definitely.
long Yeah.
You guys have had like a good story, like history in like even in WWE, you guys had like a tag team matches. You and Goldust taking on Lance and Trevor. It was on like Heat. I think it was like June 2002 or three. It was like I do my research, you know.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
How sure how sure are you about this?
Say it again.
Yes.
How sure are you about this?
Oh man, hold up.
Wrestle
Something
me.
just
I
happened.
wrestled Trevor in that.
Wait, can you say? I'm sorry. We'll edit this. Can you say all that again? Something just happened with the computer. I'm so sorry.
All right, hold on. I wrestled Trevor in WWE.
Yes, it was a tag team match. It's on Heat. It was you and Goldust, and you guys took on Lance and Trevor.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, no, it happened. It was a tag match. I don't know who won though. I actually never saw it.
Did he give me one of my concussions?
Maybe I don't know. It happens. I mean, again, like just think about it. You have like 20 plus years in the business so far. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot that like you remember and don't remember. What's like the first thing when like I mentioned like your WWE run? What's like the first thing that comes to your mind?
The ECW, like the big run, But like that was the first thing that popped into my head. But like what I should have been remembering is like the journey there. Like I used to like break backstage. Like I'd sneak back, just like carry my bag like some dipshit, run in there, like change and run out to the ring and like hope somebody needed somebody to bump around, or like I was just like listen to Arn Anderson, like stand by the ring, even though I had no business being there. Like I was doing that kind of stuff, and they saw me finally, and I worked my whole way up like for over years, like of sneaking in, like every time they were on the West Coast. And then like finally having like Tommy Dreamer pull me aside and say like, hey, really, man, you got a big drop, like nice drop kick for a big man, and like da 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 da, and like having Johnny Ace pull me aside and being like, hey kid, you're on the list. You know what I mean? We got this cool new like developmental system. It's going to be the best. It's going to be in Atlanta. Like da 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 da. Like you're on the list.
Are you saying like you snuck into like the actual WWE shows? Like are you were you like invited there, or you really just got into the building?
No, I just walked right. I was like, I was invited one time, and then I saw like how you got in there. Like Rick Bassman got me invited one time or something, like from UPW in LA.
Yeah.
And like so like I saw like I was like, damn man, I'm big, like I look like a wrestler, you know what I mean? Like nobody can like stop me or question me or nothing, man. Like so every time that I could get anywhere close, whether I was supposed to be there or not, I would drive there and I'd just walk right down, break in, sneak into like the closet or like the extra talent or whatever and get changed, and then like go to the ring, do a heat match. You know what I mean? Like work Maven, or like do a velocity match against Shannon Moore, or like a dark against Shawn O'Hare. You know what I mean? It was just like I was just trying to.
So not once was it ever brought up like, oh, like this we didn't invite this guy. He just walked in, and now like, yeah, just put him in developmental since he's here.
Bro, I was supposed to find you, man. It was back before. You got to remember, man. This is like 2002, 2001, 2002. Like we didn't know jack shit about the internet, like or indies or none of that that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like all we knew was to get your eye, like have somebody get their eyes on you. You know what I mean? So,
oh my God.
Yeah. And once I got away with it one time, I just did it a few times, and then after I did it a couple of times, I was always invited.
Wow, there you go.
I worked hard. You know what I mean? Like I was always improving. Like when I started, I was real lean. like I don't like saying skinny. Like graduate high school, it's like I was 190 pounds.
Oh wow.
So to be what I am, like I worked really hard to put on size over the years, and then like after I got to WWE, and then like I just got all fat and like I was like,
No,
yeah,
you're big. I wouldn't say fat. Like, nah, I wouldn't say all that.
so fat, like, like
I know like a really big part of like your ECW run was like working with Kelly Kelly. Like, do you have like any memories of working with her and like being pitched that idea that you would be like her, was it like boyfriend at the time or like just partner or what was it called?
jealous boyfriend.
That was boyfriend.
Oh man, she was like shoot 18 years old or 19, I think. She hadn't been like around the business very long. It was kind of I don't know if it was like a favor or what it was. Yeah. But they kind of explained it to me like, hey, you're going to be like a jealous boyfriend, like a Randy and Miss Elizabeth type of situation.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so I can like kind of like scold her and put her in a little fear and like, dude, you sit here, you do that. Like, so we had an idea, but like when I came in, I was like fresh out of developmental with Bill DeMont, like Deep South, the hardcore stuff, you know what I mean? Like the weird like stuff, And so I was like, bring it on. Got this, baby. Like I've just been working my ass off. I'm ready. Like nobody's gonna. I had like this bleached blonde like hair, like ragged down. Like I had like the bleached blonde, like almost like the Big Papa Pump, like with the middle, like the not gross ass roots, like that, like this color. You know what I mean? And then like the blonde. I look like a crazy person, a crazy homeless person. So I get to TV the first time and it's like ECW. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get to show these fuckers I'm crazy, like. And so I get there and like meet Vince. He's like, all right, Mike, like blah. I was like, oh hell yeah, he knows my name, man. This is gonna be so cool. Like, and he's like, Kelly's boyfriend, huh? I was like, yeah, no, we're gonna do it. And he's like, I don't picture Kelly's boyfriend looking like this. And I was like, oh shit. Well, how do you picture him looking? He's like, well, we're gonna have to dye your hair and we're gonna have to cut it all off. Like, so they cut my hair like real short and they dyed it. And they're like, well, what kind of haircut do you want to give him? He's like, give him my haircut. So like Vince is like got his hands on this thing. So like I get this goofy haircut and they dye my hair like black or some weird thing, chop my beard like right off. You know what I mean? Like I've been growing, I don't know if you know a lot about beards, but after you've grown them for a year or so, you become quite attached to these little guys, like it takes on a life of its own. So it's just like cut off. I'm like, like dyed that thing black, like went out there. And then it was like first match, boom, stand man, whap, unsafe, came into the face, boom, fly through the thing. But like I said, I was just coming out of DeMont, so I was like,
sure. You're tough. Yeah, you're tough. You're that guy.
And hit me up with 20 more of them.
There was a lot of like talented guys on the ECW roster. I know a name that like floats around the internet a lot, obviously for certain reasons, is CM Punk. Do you have like an experience working with Punk where like did you have like an enjoyable or maybe not so enjoyable?
We had a little run because they were doing something with Kelly. We were supposed to do the freaking Macho Man Elizabeth thing. But like I said, she hadn't been around the business, so she didn't know how to portray fear. You know what I mean? Or being scared for like getting smacked. You know what I mean? Like when nobody's looking or like locked in a closet or some shit. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm like blah blah blah, blah. She's like like I was like just completely killing my old shit, And so it's like, all right, where were we at right there?
Yeah, we're talking about CM Punk. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So like she does a thing where like she like does the tattoos on her for Halloween and like all this stuff. So we're building up to this, this big deal. Like, cause we're both kind of Paul Heyman guys, like Paul Heyman kind of wanted me out of Deep South as quick as he could get his, as soon as he could like give me a platform to like try to do my thing. For sure. And like Bunker was coming out of OVW, which we built a little rivalry, like the two developmental systems too. Cause like we thought, like everybody thought we were shits and like this like second class, like bull crap. Like these guys are just down there doing squats all day. They don't learn shit about wrestling and blue. Like OVW, like we thought they thought their shit didn't stink and like they didn't have to work hard and like so then it's all of a sudden it's like our first time when we're gonna like get together and like do our little matches. You know what I mean? Like so we have this house show loop. And I remember it pretty vividly, bro. It was in Tucson because I grew up around like the desert out there on the West Coast. Mm-hmm. Like I got signed in Phoenix. Like that's where I got like a lot of my stuff. I lived in Phoenix for 5 years training down there. So I'm flying in from Atlanta, boom, all these storms, canceled flights, all this shit. So I'm just like, no way I'm making this show. Like just start hammering like red wine and then like drinking whiskey and like plane lands in like Dallas or whatever. Looking at the clock, I'm like, no way, buddy. I still got an hour and a half here. So I go to the bar, like get all hammered up, like jump on the plane. Like they can't land in Tucson now.
Yeah.
They're like, shit, we can land in Phoenix and we'll get you a car, you know, and like you can like we'll have them drive you. So I'm just like, it's okay, whatever you want to do. You know, I'm like, no way. Like I'm just thinking I'm going to the hotel, you know. So flight takes off. I'm like, like hammered, get in the car, still not thinking I'm making it.
Yeah.
Start driving. We get about an hour outside of Tucson. It's like, hey man, there was a power outage or something. Like the show started late. He's like, we bumped you guys off till right after intermission. He's like, they're like, when you get here, you're on. So like, I was just like, oh shit, like drunk, freaking reeking of like booze and red wine, changing in this like limo.
Yeah.
Dude, went out there, had to call it all on the fly, you know, which is awesome, which doesn't happen ever anymore, you know. So went out there, called it all on the fly because I remember always thinking, I was like, I don't get it. CM Punk. I don't get it. It's like he ain't big. Like he's not like chuck people around.
Guy, yeah.
You know, looks like my neighbor's son. You know, like I don't get it, dude. You know what the hell? What's a big deal? You know. And then we got there and like we did the match, called it in the ring, and it was like, I mean, it was like it worked
smooth. It was
fine.
Good, yeah.
It worked fine, and it was like, and I was drunked up. Oh, wow. And he knew it too, and he knew I was too, and he never said, you know, oh, Captain Straight Edge, you know what I mean? Like he never said Jack, you know, like this was one of my downfalls when I was there. You know, I drank all the time, all the damn time, and like he never judged. He came out and hung out with the guys, like bought rounds, like had a good time. He just didn't drink. You know what I mean?
Just like sit there and like drink water or something like that.
Drinking Pepsis or whatever.
Pepsi makes sense. Fair enough. I know. Yeah. That's definitely good to hear. And like, yeah, I know, like even to touch on something with.
Yeah, he won me over quick. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Chicago guys. You know how they like Chicago guys? They're kind of like the Philly guys. They're like, they're kind of tough to deal. You know, they're tough to get used to. But like, yeah, that's Punker won me over.
Sounds like a good experience with them. Like even like something I wanted to like touch on.
After we started that little deal, we ran for probably 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
3 or 4 months, and we had a lot of good matches, man. All the house shows, like a lot of TVs, like it was good, man. Yeah.
It's good. It's good. I think we'll hit you with like 2 more questions, Mike, before like, you know, what makes you respect your time, of course. I want to mention like ECW. There was a pay-per-view that a lot of fans have mixed feelings about. Apparently they call it the worst pay-per-view of all time. I personally don't agree with that. December to Dismember 2006. You were on that show. You faced Kevin Thorne. What's your thoughts on that pay-per-view and how that went?
Oh man, I can't. Like, do you remember where the show was taped at?
I don't remember where it was taped. I can check, but I'm not sure exactly where it was taped.
Right, like a small, like Savannah or like a smaller.
It was smaller, yeah. It was in Augusta, Georgia. That's where, yes.
Because it was like, let's see, I was all hyped up, man. I was like, okay, me and Kelly is we're gonna do this like mixed tag. Yeah. She can't do nothing. She don't know shit. You know what I mean? And then I was like, all right, Kevin and Ariel, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, damn, I've known her for a really long time. You know what I mean? Like, she can get through it. You know what I mean? It's like, it ain't gonna be Bret Hart and Shawn. You know what I mean? I was like, it's be up to me and the Vampire. Yeah. I was like, we're gonna just get in there and just like kill it. Yeah, we're gonna kill the thing. You know what I mean? Like, we got however much. So like, we're sitting there getting ready. We're all fired up, you know, innocent still kind of. here comes Arn was our agent, and he was like, we were talking and stuff, and he was like, oh, bro, like, what do you guys, you got this time, this much time, like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all right, yeah, well, we were thinking about like doing this and this and this. And he's like, it doesn't really, it doesn't really matter, like how much, like what you're doing this way or that. He's like, they're not going to remember you guys at all in this match. Like they're just there to look at the girl, like to see the girls go at it. You know what I mean? Like he's like, they're not going to even remember you were in this match, man. And I was like, well, I'll show you, sir. You know what I mean? Like basically, so I'm like, all right, Kev, time is now. You know what I mean? Go ahead, man. Bring it as hard as you freaking want, man. And I'm going to do the same. So we went out there, and it's like really our little stuff that me and Kevin did. It was solid.
Yeah.
Hit hard. I think I wore the white. I think I wore the white tights.
I think you did, yeah.
I think I wore the white tights one time. And, so we got out there and just like, boom, boom, man, like smashed my head on the thing, like bumped extra hard, like brought him extra stiff, like, and you know what? They know we remember a damn thing we did in that match. Not one thing. Arn was right, 100%. Oh, it was, I'm still like, no matter how much training you do, you don't ever want to hear that. Like you think that you're there and like you think that you're gonna change the world. I'm gonna change the world this match, baby. Pay-per-view.
No. Oh man, that stinks.
Maybe listen to somebody who's done it 7,000 times. Somebody who's done it 4. Like, bro, what man? It's we got I had the worst pay-per-view ever, or one of the top probably 5 worst pay-per-views. One of the top 5 worst factions. Menagerie. Don't forget about the menagerie. Yeah, I've had some doozies, bro. They can't all be
like looking
step on a stink bomb sometimes.
I mean, but looking at your career though, I mean, it's still lasting very long. I mean, like, you're going into NWA right now. Obviously, this big match. I want to give one last like really important question because obviously, like, it's not fully announced yet, but we know that NWA has a TV deal coming soon. What does it mean to you, like this far into your career now, being able to have to go back on television and actually wrestle for the NWA?
What are you? TV.
Yeah. Billy Corgan announced there's a TV deal signed. He hasn't said the network, but he has said there's a TV deal.
Where did you announce that at?
He said on Busted Open Radio. You didn't know?
Huh?
You're gonna be back on TV soon.
I don't follow those kinds of things. That's all fake.
It's all fake. We'll see, I guess.
Bro. Hey, I want to be honest, dude. I did hear about it. I'm very curious to see how it's all going to work out, man. I'm pretty excited. I feel better now than I have in 10 years. I dropped a lot of weight. I did a lot of work on my knees. Like my back feels good, man. I'm just like, I feel strong again. My wind is good. Like I'm not getting blown up out there. Like I've modified my game to what I am now.
Yeah.
This freaking pay-per-view coming up, dog. Like, I'm going to get to, like I told you what Billy told me, man. He's like, you're here. He's like, I don't want to, he's like, I'm not putting any handcuffs on you. I'm not telling you what you can and can't do. He's like, you be you. Do it. You know what I mean? Which I'm going to take that to heart, man. And I feel really good right now. And until I can't do it anymore, I'm going to fucking bring it, man.
I love it. This is the energy I absolutely love.
I still think I got one of the best punches in the business.
I think you do too.
I still think I swing it, man. I swing it just as hard as I ever did, man. Even being an old fart now.
I think you definitely do. I think like it's going to lead to a big world title win this Sunday or next Sunday at NWA Samhain live on Fight TV on pay-per-view. Mike, I appreciate your time so much. Where can they find you on social media if they're not already following?
Tables match, baby.
Yes, sir.
My specialty.
Where can they find you on social media if they're not already following you?
Oh, bro. I don't know. I'm horrible with that. I think it's like, what is it? Noxy _78. I want to say it. Instagram, maybe.
We'll link it. I'll find it. We'll link it down below. They'll find you.
Look it up and link it on there.
There it is. Mike, thank you so much for your time. Guys, my name is Malcolm. This is Muscle Memory, and we're out.